You wake up in a dark and quiet, silent area. The only noticeable sound you can hear is the spark of electricity on your right arm and the sound movement of other mechanical tools. The mood is intense as everyone seems to be serious. You are a lot bigger than the rest of the people around you, and the way they treat you with respect, it feels like you're some kind of their big daddy. In fact, in some cases, the female version offers you her cheeks for clapping. Okay, that part isn't entirely true. Your main role and overall use is to fight against the Astos, mainly the big ones. Also, amongst your foes, one of the ladies has a crush on you, but we'd talk about that detail later. As the strongest in your clan, and even amongst your extended allies, you're always called for help when the threats are too powerful. Also, most of the time, you have to aura farm a little by giving a crazy entrance and finishing the job as fast as possible. I mean, you're their strongest after all. Oh yeah, I forgot the part where some of the mutants you fight have some questionable resistance and fighting styles, but like I said, since you're the strongest, you have to not be fazed by all of that, even though some of them really hurt. Whenever you're in battle, you somehow manage to come up with new powers. Maybe it's plot armor, cause yeah, even you have no idea you have such powers. Speaking about powers, you have a lot of attack arsenal, like your different types of light rays, which make people shit themselves. But your main source of damage is your brute strength, which is really unmatched. Not even your fellow Alliance Titan can stop you. However, in one of your battles, you kinda overdid it and fell into a trap which ultimately led to your defeat. Someone's trying to be sneaky here, but you still managed to escape. A couple of episodes ran by and damn, you lost a lot of screen time. Immediately, you got reborn, you head back to work helping the Alliance, but the enemies seem to be much more powerful. However, being a new and stronger version than your old self, it doesn't really matter anymore. You defeated one of the most powerful threats of the Skibidi and made their leader run off from fear. The series goes on with you becoming the new main character. Well, technically after Plungerman, of course. The enemy has a brilliant plan to bring a lot of their boss's clones, which are really powerful and hard to defeat, even by the other Titans. However, as usual, you'd have to do it yourself to gain both aura and fan love from the audience. You took them down quite easily, and still proceeded to do it with minor damages. But you're pissed off at all of this and want to take down the boss by all means. But here comes a new threat with a completely different level of power, and one of them even manages to damage your arm, something that has never happened. Keeping the mission or goal in mind, you helped the others take down the scientist and immediately went for G-Man. But he's gotten a lot stronger than usual, and even kicked your ass a little, which forced you to use one of your strongest abilities on him. But the thing you hate the most happened. He ran away. Yeah, that really hurts now, doesn't it? It sucks, but you must continue to aid in the war, as now the bigger threat is dominating. Destroying an Astro is extremely difficult, but you're still capable of doing it. You defeated some of them here and there, but it comes with a lot of difficulties. It all changed when you were to fight against one of their generals. The fight was completely unfair, as you weren't really in a good fighting shape, which made them obviously beat your ass. I'm talking about serious damage. You still did get bailed out by the toilets, but that wasn't the end. As you're the strongest, they kept an eye on you and wanted to wield your power. So instead of continuing their large-scale attack, they targeted your race's base, the TV base. And from there, they actually got you. She got you. And then they inserted some kind of rage tech in you and turned you under their control. Now, you're the Watchman of Doom, who is now to bring chaos to the Alliance. Your power seems to have increased by a lot, and at this point, you're a Terminator that needs to be stopped. It's quite sad though, as someone who was once the savior of the Alliance and helped them accomplish a lot of things, is now one of their biggest threats and has to be stopped by your own people. But what happens next is quite unknown. And until then, check out this video to see the characters in Skibidi Toilet that shouldn't exist. Go on, check it out.